I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 11th, 2016. Israeli media is reporting that there are efforts underway to arrange a meeting in Cairo between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, with the hopes of restarting peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians. Reports also mentioned that the Egyptian president offered to host direct talks between Netanyahu and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Egypt, a summit that reportedly would include senior officials from Egypt and Jordan. There has been no official word from the Prime Minister's office on the reports of such a summit, nor of a Netanyahu-el-Sisi meeting. Today's reports follow the surprise visit of Egypt's Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry to Jerusalem yesterday. It was the first such a visit by an Egyptian foreign minister in 9 years. Standing alongside Netanyahu, Shoukry reaffirmed Cairo's strong support of reviving peace efforts and support of the two-state solution.
My visit to Israel today is a continuation of Egypt's long-standing sense of responsibility towards peace for itself and all the peoples of the region, particularly the Palestinian and Israeli peoples, who have suffered for many decades due to the perpetuation of the conflict between them. The visit comes in the context of President el-Sisi's vision, which he elaborated on the 17th of May, for the establishment of a just and comprehensive peace between the Israeli and Palestinian people, bringing this long conflict to an end. In this vein, I made an important visit to Ramallah on the 29th of June, during which I met with the Palestinian leadership and held extensive talks. Today, I am in Israel to continue the same dialogue, so that together we may find our path forward towards understanding and undertaking serious steps to uphold international legitimacy, as well as respect the treaties and agreements previously reached by the two parties to the conflict in order to realize the two-state solution.
Netanyahu also pledged his support for the two-state solution as he welcomed Shoukry to Jerusalem.
Today I call again on the Palestinians to follow the courageous examples of Egypt and Jordan and join us for direct negotiations. This is the only way we can address all the outstanding problems between us and turn the vision of peace based on two states for two peoples into a reality.
Today, Netanyahu met in Jerusalem with former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. The Prime Minister and Blair, who up until last year served as the envoy of Britain for the Middle East Quartet, discussed prospects for peace and the significance of the visit yesterday by Shoukry.
Tony, it's good to see you again. You've been a great help for all of us trying to move forward the cause of peace and security in the Middle East, and I'm very grateful to you for that and for many other things.
Well, thank you. It's a great pleasure to be with you. I think yesterday's visit was extremely important, significant, and I hope this can offer new opportunities for the future for peace in the region and stability in the region.
Well, I think that's what we're going to discuss now.
Okay.
And staying with the Prime Minister, Netanyahu yesterday reaffirmed Israel's commitment to fight terror at the official ceremony marking the 40th anniversary of the daring raid at Entebbe, which the Prime Minister called the most impressive hostage rescue operation in history. On July the 4th of 1976, Israeli commandos led by Netanyahu's brother Yonatan rescued Israeli hostages being held by Palestinian hijackers at the Entebbe airport in Uganda. Yoni was killed in the operation. The Prime Minister said yesterday that Israel will continue to act fearlessly against terror. A terror attack Saturday night in the West Bank left an Israeli man lightly to moderately injured. Eitan Finkel was shot in the leg by a Palestinian terrorist while he was driving with his wife and 6 children. They were unharmed in the shooting attack. Israeli security forces were searching for the gunman in that incident. A Palestinian man, one of 2 terrorists who attacked an Israeli bus back in October, leaving 3 people dead, was sentenced today in Jerusalem. As we reported to you last month, Bilal Abu Ghanem was convicted in June of 3 counts of murder and 7 counts of attempted murder for the terror attack in the East Talpiot, Jerusalem neighborhood. Today, a Jerusalem court handed Ghanem 3 consecutive life sentences. one for each of his victims: 78-year-old Chaviv Chaim, 51-year-old Alon Govberg, and 76-year-old Richard Lakin, who was also a U.S. citizen, plus an additional 60 years and financial compensation. The other terrorist, Baha Al-Yan, was killed by Israeli security forces during the attack. And taking a look now at some sports news, Jewish-American Olympic gold medalist Ali Reisman has been named to the U.S. women's gymnastics team. The 22-year-old, who won 2 gold medals in the 2012 Olympic Games in London, now heads to Rio de Janeiro along with her teammates, hailed as the USA's Fierce Five: Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, Laurie Hernandez, and Madison Koshin, for the 2016 Summer Games in August. And here on JBS, we continue to honor the memory of and celebrate the life and work of Nobel laureate, author, and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel, who passed away on July the 2nd. And in our programming for tonight, Monday, July the 11th, at 7 o'clock, it's a special concert of memories and melodies of Wiesel's childhood from the 92nd Street Y. And later tonight at 9 o'clock, a 2-hour special as Abe Foxman, Thane Rosenbaum, Rabbi Yitz Greenberg, and Cantor Joseph Malavani, who joined Mark Golub to reflect upon Wiesel's immense contribution to Jewish life and to humanity. And in other programming tonight at 8 o'clock, Executive Director of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, talks about the anti-Israel bias that college students face on campus and offers responses. That's in a program of the AJC Westchester and Fairfield with Westchester Reformed Temple in Scarsdale, New York. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Mark Golub speaks to Jerusalem Post columnist Issy Liebler about his criticism over J Street and other issues on tonight's In the News. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 11th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.